So for today, so ang ating pong magiging content, so more on review na lang ito, since ito naman ay natakal na rin naman ninyo during dun sa discussion ninyo on casework. So more on review of the key and relevant concepts, yung ating pag-uusapan. Nandiyan din yung history of casework, component of casework, the problem-solving process, so helping process, at yung mga different tools na ginagamit natin sa casework and the models or the methods and the different approaches in casework. Okay. So, ano ko lang. Okay. So let's define casework muna. So pag sinabi daw natin casework, so this is a helping process, consists of variety of activities. So this is according to Esther Viloria. So sinasabi ni Esther Viloria, this is more on giving of material assistance. So papasok na dito yung role natin as a social worker. Yung pagiging resource provider. Ayan. So one of the role of social worker, yung makapag-provide tayo ng mga resources on our client. So number 2, referral to other community facilities. Ayan. So papasok na naman dyan yung isang role natin, yung pagiging nating social broker. So tayo yung nagli-link, tayo yung nagko-connect sa client. Ano ba yung kanyang mga pangangailangan? Na pwede niyang ma-access doon sa isang community. So next, rendering emotional and psychological support. So dito naman ma-highlight yung role natin as a social worker, yung pagiging nating counselor. So pag sinabi natin counselor, so nandun yung more on emotional and psychological support. Okay? So that's according to Esther Viloria. So according naman kay Smalley, so this is a method of engaging client through relationship process. So this is essentially one-on-one. Ayan. So sinasabi nga yung ating helping process sa social work. So nagigisang distinct from others kasi sa iba namang mga professions, meron din tayong tinatawag ng mga helping process or the problem solving process. So ang kaibahan lang sa atin, so there is a relationship between the professional worker and the client. Nandun yung progressive transaction between the client and the professional worker or the social worker. So essentially one-on-one, so pag sinabi natin casework, we are working with the individuals. So in the use of social service towards his or own and the general social welfare. And so that's according to Smalley. So ang casework natin ay bahagi ito ng ating primary method. So ano nga po yung ating mga primary methods of social work? Konting review. Anyone po from the group? Primary method of social work. Sino po ang nakakaalam? Sige daw, si Jana. Jana, nandiyan ka ba? Primary methods ng ating social work. So, pwede po nyo i-type kung alam ninyo. Ayan. So, casework, group work, ano pa? May isa pa, 3 po iyon. Ayan. Community organization. So, how about yung secondary method naman ng social work natin? Ano yung secondary natin? Sige, pwede nyo i-type kung hindi makakapagbukas ng mic. Secondary. So we have also 3 secondary methods. Research, ano pa? 2 pa. Administration and social action. So that's right, So the primary and the secondary method of social work. Okay. And this casework, ay belong po sa primary methods natin. Yan. So to continue, so according naman kay De Guzman, so ano daw ba yung casework? So this is a method of social work intervention used to address problems of social functioning for which a person experiences discomfort and needs professional help so as to be able to cope. Okay? So sa social work, so ang central focus natin, yung tinatawag nating social functioning. Ayan, so maibalik natin sa dating social functioning ng isang client. Okay? So this will be the central focus of or central concern ng ating professions, yung tinatawag na social functioning. So pag sinabi natin social functioning, so this is more on how we interact doon sa demand ng isang environment. So more on paano tayo nakakope doon sa demand ng ating environment. Okay? And then si Helen Harris Perlman. So mas kilala ito dun sa 4 P's, yung 4 na P's, yung person, problem, place, and process. So si Helen Harris Perlman, so sa yung kilala sa dun sa problem solving approach, na kung saan ang problem solving approach daw ay kinakailangan ng 3 P. The person, the problem, the place, and the process. Okay? So according to Helen Harris Perlman, so ang casework daw is a process used by human welfare agencies to help individuals to cope more effectively with their problems of social function. So it encompasses 4 components of social work practice. So when we say the person, it pertains to the client. Okay? So yung problem, it pertains to the need. So ano ba yung pangangailangan? And then the place pertains to agency. And lastly, the process. So ito yung ating helping process or the problem solving process. Okay? So that's according to Helen Harris Perlman. Next. Okay, so here is the generic definition ng casework. So when we say casework, this is a method. So sabi nga natin, this is the primary method of social work. So of helping people solve their own problems. It could be personal as well as external and environmental problems. So when we say casework, it is individualized. So kaya dito sa casework, we are only working with the individual. Okay, so it is also scientific. So bakit natin sinabing scientific? So dahil meron tayong sinusunod na proseso, a step-by-step process, using our helping process from assessment down to termination. Okay? And then it is also artistic, since nandyan yung binabanggit natin kanina, there is a progressive transaction, there is a relationship between the client and the professional worker or the social worker. Okay? So this is a method of helping through a relationship that taps personal and other resources for coping with problems. So dito sa casework, so nabanggit naman kanina on the previous definition, so madaming mga roles nagagampanan din ang ating mga social worker. So nandyan nga yung pagiging resource provider, so nandyan din yung pag-link natin, pag-connect natin doon sa client on the different services na meron sa community. And it is also biopsychosocial. Ayan. So holistic yung pagtugon natin pagdating dito sa casework. So tinutugunan natin yung biological, psychological, and the social. Okay? So under biological, so pwedeng pumasok dyan yung patungkol halimbawa sa physical health, the genetic aspect, so more on biological. Sa psychological naman, more on, tinitingnan naman natin dito, ano ba yung mga coping skills ni client, yung kanyang personality, yung kanyang behavior, mga attitudes, pati na rin yung mga beliefs. So that's why mahalaga na talagang bahagi ng ating kurso yung HBSE, yung human behavior. So mahalaga na makita rin natin yung side na ito. And the social, ayan. So tinitingnan naman natin dito, kumusta ba yung relationship niya with other people, like for example, family, sa kanyang kaibigan. So sino-sino ba yung mga support systems niya? Ayan, so papasok din dito sa social, yung mga patungkol sa economic status or the socio-economic status. Okay? So that's the generic definition ng tinatawag natin casework. Okay. Okay, so casework relationship. So when we say casework relationship, this is a dynamic interaction of attitudes and emotions between the caseworker and the client to achieve a better adjustment between himself and his environment. So dito sa casework relationship, nandun talaga yung involvement ni client. So hindi lang si worker yung talagang nagtatrabaho. So nandun yung involvement. Kaya on our principles of social work, so later makikita natin, nandyan yung tinatawag din natin self-determination. So yung, kumbaga, yung self-determination, pag sinabi natin self-determination, so nandun yung kakayanan na mag-decide para sa kanilang sarili, ng isang kliyente. So, hindi dapat natin din yun na disregard yung self-determination ni client. The next, client-worker relationship is established with the purpose of attaining the objectives of helping. So relationship is guided towards, so number one, therapeutically positive communication. So yung relationship between the client and the worker, so para ma-maintain natin yung good relationship, so there, kailangan nandun yung positive communication. Okay? And then maintaining, promoting clients' inner security and self-esteem. And then mobilizing inner and outer resources and realistic level of relationship to promote individual growth and development and to achieve better adjustment between the client self and the environment. Okay? So the relationship is the dynamic interaction of psychological interplay both between the worker and the client with particular attitudes and feelings in a particular situation. So, at yung relationship na yun ay siyempre nakaangkla sa dun sa ating 7 principles of social work. So, una dyan yung tinatawag nating individualization. So, pag sinabi nating individualization, nandyan yung pagturing natin sa client as a unique person. So, hindi natin siya pwede ikumpara sa ibang client kasi nga magkakaiba yung kanilang qualities, yung kanilang mga characteristics. Okay? So, we should treat the client as a unique person. Okay? And we should treat them with personal differences. So hindi pwedeng pag may kliyente tayo, halimbawa, may ganito na ako naging kliyente, halimbawa, na-abuse o battered wife, ito na lang din ang gagawin kong interventions, so same naman sila ng kaso. So hindi, so magbabase pa rin tayo, doon sa characteristic, we treat them as a unique person. So hindi pwedeng same case sila, same din yung gagawin mong mga interventions, pagpaplano, etc. Okay, so individualization, so ang tatandaan natin, i-treat natin ang isang individual as a unique person na magkakaiba. So, kaya pagdating sa mga tirada natin sa pagbibigay ng interventions, so hindi pwedeng tulad-tulad. Okay? So next is purposeful expression of feelings. Ayan. So dito naman sa purposeful expression of feelings, so dito naman inaalaw natin si client na mag-express ng kanilang sarili. So as a social worker, so ano yung gagawin natin? So makikinig tayo sa kanila. So listen carefully. Yung tipong hindi natin dinidiscourage yung pag-express nila ng feeling. So kumbaga, nandyan yung inaalaw lang natin sila na express kung ano yung kanilang nararamdaman. Okay? So that's purposeful expression of feelings. Next is controlled emotional involvement. So pagdating sa controlled emotional involvement naman, kailangan nandun yung pagiging nating sensitive dun sa nararamdaman ng client. Okay? So, nandyan yung effort din natin na unawain ano ba yung gustong iparating na meaning, na kahulugan ni client. Okay? So, dito rin papasok yung hindi tayo may involve doon sa emosyon na nararamdaman ni kliyente. Baka mamaya, halimbawa, umiyak lang yun sa yung kliyente, nagsimula ka na rin umiyak. So, hindi dapat. So, nadala ka na rin dun sa emosyon, nakiiyak ka na rin. So, as a worker, so hindi dapat tayo malalagay sa ganung sitwasyon. So, dapat meron tayong controlled emotional involvement. Okay? And number 4, acceptance. Ayan. So pagdating sa acceptance, so ito yung unang dapat na maipakita natin sa ating kliyente, yung pagkakaroon ng acceptance, pagtanggap. So ito nga yung tinatawag nating first generic principle of social work. Okay? So nandyan yung pagtanggap natin sa client, kung ano man siya, kung ano man yung kanyang sarili. So this is more on recognition of clients' innate worth and dignity. So, pero hindi nangangahulugang tinatanggap natin sila, ay tanggap natin yung kanilang yung mga behaviors na mali, mga attitudes na mali, etc. Okay? So, acceptance in the sense na tinatanggap natin sila dahil they have the right, or they have the innate worth and dignity as a person. Okay? And number 5, non-judgmental attitude. So dito naman sa non-judgmental attitudes, so papasok naman dito yung hindi natin pagiging judgmental based on the situation. So let's say for example, nag-disclose ang client, nag-disclose si client na ganito yung kanyang sitwasyon. So based on that disclosement na ginawa ni client, so hindi tayo magiging judgmental dun sa kanyang mga pinagdaanan, sa kanyang sitwasyon, etc. Okay? Next is client self-determination. Ayan. So dito na yung binabanggit natin kanina, na may karapatan si client na mag-decide on her own. Meron siyang sariling choices. Ayan. So kaya on the helping process, so nandyan dapat talaga yung malaki ding involvement ng ating kliyente. So hindi lang tayo as a social worker yung masusunod kung ano yung gusto natin mangyari sa client. So dapat nandun din yung pag-consult natin sa client. Okay po ba sa inyo yung ganitong gagawin nating intervention para matugunan yung inyong problema? Hindi lang basta-basta ito ang gawin mo. Ako ang masusunod. So dapat nandun pa rin yung pag-consult natin with the client. So there is self-determination. So they have the right or own decisions, or own choices. So that's client self-determination. And lastly, confidentiality. So sa usapin naman ng confidentiality, papasok yung ilan sa mga ethical obligation ng isang worker. Okay? So dito papasok yung basic right ng client na maprotektahan yung mga information na kanyang dinedisclose doon sa worker. Okay? So this is more on protection of secret or any information na dinisclose with the social worker. Okay? Pero may mga ilang pagkakataon na pwedeng ma-break ang confidentiality. Ayan. So pag nagkakaroon tayo ng mga, halimbawa, case conferences. So nag-uusap-usap. So more on naman sa case conferences, mga group of professionals, yung nag-uusap dyan. So inuusap lang naman, so paano pa mas mareresolbahan yung kaso ng kliyente ito. So during the presentation of the case, so may mga nadidisclose tayong information. So yun naman ay ethical naman yun. Pwede naman yun. Okay. So pangalawa, so mabibreak din natin ang confidentiality if ever nasa panganib o in danger yung isang client. So let's say for example, nag-disclose sa iyo si client, ako po ay magsusuicide. Yan. O may plano siyang magpakamatay. So that information, so hindi mo, pwede mong ma-break yung confidentiality and humingi ng tulong from other para ma-actionan yung pinaplano ni client na pag-suicide. Okay? So yun yung mga ilan sa mga instances kung saan pwede nating ma-break yung confidentiality. So ito po yung ating 7 principles ng social work. And mostly may mga ganitong lumalabas talaga sa mga board exam, itong 7 principles na ito, hindi siya nawawala. Then may mga ilang dinadagdag din ang mga board of examiner. So noong time namin, ang lumabas yung principle of participation. So dito sa principle of participation, tinanong lang doon, kapag ini-involve mo daw si client on the problem solving process, so ano daw yung ginagamit mong principle? So ang sagot doon ay principle of participation. So nung natatandaan ko ay parang almost ulit-ulit kasi siyang question in each every situation. Ayan. So 3 ulit siyang naitanong sa iba't ibang sitwasyon. Kung in-involve mo si client sa problem solving process, ano daw ang ginamit mong principle. Okay. So nag-stick ako doon sa principle of participation. So since yun ang pinakamalapit. So yun, po.